What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host, JT. My co-host is my dad.
What up, JT?
First, don't forget to like
and subscribe.
Cue the intro music. So, the 49ers won yesterday.
Woohoo! Yeah, that's right.
Back in the winning column.
Thank goodness. That was the get right game that we needed.
Yeah. And
what did we win by? What was score? It was
30-13.
30-13. Yeah. Not bad. We busted 30 points. That's not too bad.
Yep. Well, let's go one by one by each position group.
Sure. Yeah. What do you want to talk about first?
Oh, Brock Purdy.
Oh, yeah.
The main guy.
The man, yes.
The franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I thought he played pretty well. I mean, I was really happy with what he did. I mean, yeah, he had an interception, yes, but overall, I thought he did really well and placed the ball into these tight spots, and was a playmaker. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think he did really well. Yeah, the interception bugged me because he was so close to having kind of a perfect game. Like, nothing to be sad about or mad about. Because I'm always kind of mad when Purdy throws a pick. Like, I'm just mad. I just don't like picks.
Yeah.
They ruin the stats.
You don't want to. Turnovers can kill you. But, like, what are some of the things that you liked about what Purdy was doing? What was the positives that you got out from this game?
I like that he was doing more deep balls.
Yeah.
But it tanked his completion percentage. So I'd rather have him have a good completion percentage rather than just chucking it a bunch of times.
Well, I think
Like,
it's
there were
good.
no slants and stuff. Like, no short ones.
You're right. They're playing differently. Their offensive, I don't know, scheme has changed a bit. Maybe because we don't have McCaffrey. I'm not too sure, but they are throwing it deeper, more often. I kind of like it myself. I kind of like it. It opens things up, I think. I mean, people think, oh, we throw kind of intermediate and short passes, and that's the way they play us. But if we start throwing it deep, they don't know what we're doing. It keeps the defense more honest against our offense. So I like it. And a lot of people think, oh, Purdy's a dink and dunk kind of a quarterback. He doesn't have a strong arm. All those things. And I think the way he's playing right now disproves a lot of those myths that people believe in about Purdy. So I like the deep ball. Yeah. So, and he has good touch on it. I mean, he dropped it in on Debo one time, and Jawan Jennings, and I think Ayuk had a deep one on the right side too.
Yeah.
So, Brady's looking really good.
Yeah, you love to see
and
it.
He's running too.
Yeah, you always want him to run.
I think
He's a good scrambling ability.
He does, right? I mean, he has that little quick short shadow type of thing, or 10-yard split that he had. He even said that. He's like, oh, I think I'm faster than Debo and whatnot, and Ayuk or something like that. And then they actually timed it. I saw the simulcast today, and he did. He ran 10-yard split faster than Debo and I think Ayuk. It was pretty funny, like a tenth of a second faster, or something like that. But yeah, I love he uses his legs, those intangibles, and it's his instincts kick in, and that's exactly what I liked from him before, and that's what made him special. And I'm glad he's showing it once again.
Yeah, I saw some magic, kinda. He wasn't looking like Garoppolo and being under constant enhanced control.
Which I was afraid of. I'm not saying that he was hypnotized or anything, but maybe he was over compensating and trying to fit within Shanahan's scheme and play calling, and But I think he does the right thing. He stays in the pocket when he can. He's trying to look to throw downfield all the time. He scrambles and still gets a throw off, or sometimes he runs for the first down. So he does everything, and right, he's doing pretty well in the stats, yardage wise, right?
Yeah, he's leading the league in passing yards.
Yeah, that says something. I mean, that's big, especially since we haven't had a great offensive output lately. I mean, this game was an outlier out of the other ones. Like most of the teams in the NFL, I think people are still knocking off the rust, and this is type of the kind of the preseason right now since we don't have as many preseason games as we used to. So yeah, Brock's doing great. All right, what's up? What's next up?
Jordan Mason's also doing great because he's been on a good roll lately. He had 24 rushes for 123 yards,
All right, yeah,
5.1 yards per carry, which is really
that's
good.
that's a healthy average. We've seen higher from him, but that's a really healthy average for just a running back. He also caught some balls too, didn't he? I mean, he had some good receivers. He almost caught a touchdown, ran it for a touchdown, but it got called back because of a penalty. I think it got on Kittle. I think it was.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
feels like a lot of Mason touchdowns are always getting called back for holding.
yeah.
I don't know.
Debo the other time. I know
Yeah.
some kind of conspiracy, right? Yeah.
Were they both receiving touchdowns or was it?
Oh, I don't know about the other one with Debo where he got called for holding
Yeah.
stuff like that. I
But
don't know, but yeah, he's doing great.
yeah, two receptions for 37 yards.
Wow, wow. He was practicing his receiving skills in the off season. He really wanted to be an all around back like CMC. We'll talk about him later on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's looking good, and he's also leading the NFL. Not leading, but he's up there, right?
Yeah. In rushing yards. Just behind Derrick Henry, who had a crazy game. Almost 200 yards. He has 447 rushing yards, which is second in the league. Derrick Henry has 480.
Yeah, so that's like 33-yard difference. Man, if Derrick Henry didn't have like the game of a lifetime almost on Sunday night, Jordan Mason would be the leading rusher. Our undrafted free agent would be leading the NFL in rushing yards. So it sounds crazy, ludicrous how our quarterback, seventh rounder, Juwan Jennings, who was killing it, is a seventh rounder, and our running back is a undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
What a lineup! Awesome. Um, Speaking of Juwan Jennings, he got some more balls, right? Thrown his way. He wasn't forgotten. He wasn't put back to where he was before that last great game against the Rams.
Yeah.
He's still relevant, and I think Shanahan sees that.
Yeah, most targets on the team, but only three receptions. But he did have 88 receiving yards.
Yeah, led the team in the receiving in this last game against the Patriots. So that's good to see. I'm glad he's still involved and not like pushed down the depth chart behind Kittle and Debo and Ayuk. Uh, that's great. I'm happy he's still catching catching things pretty clutch. Very exciting. Speaking of Ayuk,
He didn't have a productive game today, I would say. Only two receptions for 48 yards.
yeah, that's not much for the $30 million man.
Yeah.
But he had a good pass, deep pass down the right side, and he also had a diving catch, which is pretty nice. So hopefully he's warming up more and more, and by the time we get mid-season, he will be in mid-season form.
That's what we hope.
Hopefully it'll be earlier than that. Hopefully it'll be the next game against the Cardinals this coming Sunday. Um, Ayuk will have his coming out party. I hope. The more the merrier. Um, keeping with the offensive side of the ball, huh?
Kittle got the only receiving touchdown of the entire day.
and that was a spectacular catch. I didn't even think. I was kind of like in awe. Didn't
Yeah,
believe that he even caught the ball and had control or was in bounds. But after replay, it was perfect.
yeah. And
He,
right back after injury.
yeah, I mean, it was a circus catch. Three defenders around him in the corner of the back of the end zone, and he jumps up and twists around in midair, and then lands inbounds too, with control of the ball. No doubt about it. Kittle was great with that catch and a great throw that only Kittle could have gotten. So incredible.
Yeah. Let's talk about the offensive line.
Oh
Because
no, no, offensive line's terrible.
not for this game, because the Patriots
Oh,
suck.
oh. Okay, yeah, the O line did do very well today. Yesterday. What's some of the stat and facts you got?
Well, three of our offensive linemen gave up zero pressures. And the people that gave zero pressures were Trent Williams, Jake Brindle, and Dominic Purdy.
I knew Jake Prindle was going to be great. Okay,
He did
not
terrible in the run, probably.
probably.
Cole McKivitz gave up one pressure, while Aaron Banks gave it four.
Wow, that's a
Aaron Banks about to be benched for Feliciano.
or yeah, maybe or Spencer Burford.
Yeah, when Feliciano comes back.
Speaking of O line, I heard Spencer Burford started taking some reps at left tackle.
When?
This week, last week before the Patriots game. I heard that he was doing that, and he might be like the swing tackle. You know, he played tackle when he was in college, so he was a tackle, but we moved him to guard.
Oh, I
And
know that.
since there's no place for him to play as guard, they go, well, let's just give him some reps over at tackle and help with depth. You know,
Oh,
so
well, his arms are pretty long.
yeah, he's
34 and 3/4
yeah he
inches.
has that body, that arm length that people want, 34-inch minimum usually. That's kind of the rule of thumb or rule of arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah. Um, Great. All right, so I guess let me see. What else do I have in my notes? Um, yeah, that's about it. There's some special team stuff.
What about the defense?
Oh, don't forget Mason is also nominated for FedEx Air and Ground Player of the Week. So that'd be great. Juwan Jennings won it last week, and we'll be kind of lucky if Mason can win it and have two Niners in a row.
But Derrick Henry is probably going to win.
He's also, yeah, Derrick Henry was nominated, and he did have a very good game with 199 yards rushing. All right. How about the defense, huh?
Also, one more thing.
Huh?
Ronnie Bell, he was not active.
Yeah.
I
you,
was so happy when I found that out.
you were looking for that. You were trying to see who was the inactives, and I was glad that he was not active for this game, and hopefully we can look for somebody else to help out in the receiver room, like Cowing,
Yeah,
Conley.
but there's some problems with them. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
Some injuries.
Oh, there's injuries all around. Yep. Okay, so to the defense.
Yeah, so the defensive line actually did super well, and they're what they're hyped up to be for
Yeah,
this game. And they got 6 sacks, and everybody dominated because their offensive lineman got hurt, and their offensive line was bad to begin with. So
the Patriots offensive line.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, and I was having, I was like really bored with their pass rush for the First three games, I was like, what is happening here? We're not getting any pass rush with the front four, and that's all that Nick Sorensen was sending. No blitzes or anything. Um, Finally, he's listened to me and put in some more blitzes. uh, from ESPN, the stat says that the Niners in the first three games blitzed 12% of the time. Um, Yesterday's game against the Patriots, it got bumped up to 33% of the time they blitzed. Um, Hopefully that helped in a way with the pressure.
Yeah, but you said that the blitzes didn't really pressure.
Didn't really get home, didn't get to the quarterback. They just kind of got blocked. And not that I noticed, it was the some radio personalities I was listening to today that was saying that every time we blitzed, uh, their offense was able to pick up the blitzer. So the person was suggesting that Nick Swartzen should be more sneaky with his blitzes and kind of camouflage it so people don't see it so easily. You know, like have a slot corner look like he's going to cover, and then last second he goes in for the blitz. So something like that could really throw a wrench into the other offense. So I hope he gets more creative, more sneaky, because that's what we need. We can't be too vanilla. You know, people know what's going to happen. Then if the opponent knows what's going to happen, then you lose that element of surprise. So yeah, D line did well. I see that Bosa had a pretty good game. He led the D line with 7 pressures, 1 tackles for loss, a sack, a QB hit, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. That
Yeah, and the
was
forced fumble was um the fumble recovery.
yeah. He created it and recovered it and sacked the guy. Everything. So um, he didn't light it up like Kevin Givens did. Right?
2.5 sacks in the first half.
Jeez, I don't know what to say. Kevin Givens is a nice surprise. I'm glad he could have probably a career game yesterday.
Yeah.
Defensive tackles look good too. Malik Collins, we watched that play where he did that swim move and just threw that guy that's maybe a center away and came after Brissett. It was a good play.
It seems he always like beats the offensive lineman because of his swim moves. He's just so dominant in that. Better than Hargrave, maybe.
A different type of player, but yeah, he seems to be getting home more, making more of an impact. It seems.
And and Evan Anderson got a sack. Undrafted free agent who like got promoted.
Yeah, yeah, his first sack. I'm sure this is the first time he played, and he got his sack. That was because of Bosa was chasing him around, right, Brissett, and he ran towards Evan Anderson. So Evan Anderson kind of cleaned up on that one. But Bosa was trying to get. He was so close to so many other sacks. Um, he ended up getting one.
And the 49ers defensive line caused 4 forced fumbles.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. Wow, that's a good amount.
And another and
Okay.
Sam, I don't know his last name. He did really well.
Yeah, yeah, he looks great. We activated him from the practice squad, I believe. He could be a person that can stay on the roster.
Hope he does.
Yeah, take him off the practice squad. Lock him in because
Cover our Beal.
we don't have much depth at defensive end. I mean, defensive end. Um, and if he's helping out a lot, then we should try and lock him in and put him on the roster. Um, but of course, hey, the defensive player of the game is the man, the guy who I said was going to have a good game this game, and he did.
In 1 quarter, or
Fred
2 quarters, maybe.
Warner, yep, he had a great interception, and then he got back up after intercepting it and ran it all the way back. It was like 40 something, 45-yard, 48-yard return. It was really impressive. Um, so that was the first touchdown of the Niners. That was from Fred Warner.
Yeah, DPOY.
DPOY. Let's do this. Um, another. So, okay, linebackers aside, talking about, say, the safeties and stuff. I was looking at the secondary. Mustafa was playing, starting since Hufunga was out with injury. Mustafa was the guy
Yeah.
starting at safety, not Odom. You surprised?
No, not really, because Cousins and that Mustafa's get more playing time,
Yeah.
and they benched Odin because of that touchdown. Jefferson probably.
I really don't think that was his
Yeah.
fault. I don't blame Odom for that one. He should not have been put in that position to cover the best wide receiver in the NFL. But George Odom had a lot of positive things happening during training camp and preseason, and I was a little bit reluctant to believe it because he is who he is. He's an old veteran, and he just didn't all of a sudden turn a switch and become a great safety. He's back to where he was basically. That's really a special teams guy that plays safety. But Malik Mustafa is maybe the future. You know, he could be the future safety for the Niners next season. So he might miss too many tackles, clean that up, and but I think it'll be pretty exciting to have him start a rookie.
Okay, and then the special teams played pretty well except for one person,
Yeah, one person made it not so special.
Isaac Arendo.
Oh my God!
I
This
thought I could trust him.
remember the okay. This is the first play after halftime, right? Right,
Yeah.
and then the kickoff, and then he runs into his own man and loses the ball. I mean, how easy, how lightly and gently was he holding that football? All he needed to do is just bump into his own player's back and then fumble the ball. I mean, I was kind of excited when we drafted him, but man, he just really bums me out when the guy can't hold on to the ball. It's like,
No playing time at running back. Got benched as a kick returner.
yeah, Juszczyk came in for kick returns after that, so
And like Debo too.
I hope, yeah, I hope he gets another chance because I don't want to lose another, running back and get cut just like Trey Sermon and TDP and all the other line of running backs that we just whiffed on. I don't want this to be another one. So I hope he gets another chance and he gets to redeem himself and make some good plays and make a great return or something. Show that speed. Yeah. So
Okay, well, let's talk about the PFF grades.
okay, yeah. Let's see who's the top and who's on the bottom. Who's the top? Usually the top five on offense. JT.
First, Dominic Pooney.
Wow, the rookie
Yes, I'm so happy
tops.
about that.
That's great. Oh man, it shows that he has a bright future. That's with
Yeah.
us.
Third round pick. And he's
Nice.
doing well. That's a
Nice.
first.
I mean, we got to be real football fans if we're excited about an offensive guard.
Yeah.
And we are. We are big fans.
So Trent Williams was second with an 83.9.
Uh huh.
Juwan James with an 83.
Nice.
Cole McKivitz with an 82.1.
Three offensive linemen as top PFF. Wow,
Yeah.
that's very nice.
And then George Kittle with an 80.3.
I love it. Love it. Yep. That's great.
It's great to
Yeah.
see offensive line do well.
Yeah. And Kittle with his blocking and his catching makes for good protection for Purdy.
Yep. And then for the defense, the highest is Fred Warner
Okay, him in a pick
with a
six,
96.6.
and yeah, that's good. He didn't have that many snaps because he got he got injured, right? So
28 snaps.
yeah, so he was out for maybe the second half of the game. So yeah, he missed a lot, good chunk of the game. But yeah, that's great. Well deserved.
And then also he is leading the NFL in PFF grade, both sides of the ball,
Oh, okay.
offense and defense.
Out of all players in the NFL, he has the highest
Yeah.
season PFF grade.
Yep. And that's his career high, 96.6.
Very
And he broke
nice.
it 2 weeks ago against the Vikings.
Okay, all right. DPOY, DPOY, MVP, MVP.
And Nick Bosa with a 92.5. And Sam with a 92.3.
We'll just call him Sam O.
Yeah. Sam Okayinua.
Okay, we'll
Nona.
have to listen to
Nona.
what the commentators say, how they pronounce it. Yeah, that's a tough one.
And then Isaac Yadam, who got benched. I don't think we mentioned that.
It seems like it, right? Ronaldo Green is coming in for him
And he got
for the third cornerback.
an 81.1, sorry, 81.8. Younger Lenore got 79.2.
Okay, Demo got in there. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yadam didn't play much, if I remember right, so his snap count's kind of low.
He got outsnapped by Ronald Green.
Who did?
Yadam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, exactly. No surprise.
Yeah.
How about just speed through you don't have to tell me the grades, but how about the bottom five offense, bottom five defense on PFF?
What about 3?
Oh, bottom three, okay.
Eric Saubert,
Uh
Isaac Rendo,
huh.
and then Jacob Cowing.
Jeez.
It's only 4 snaps, so
Okay.
it's like kind of
Yeah,
fun.
that doesn't really say much. When it's a little, yeah, not much to, not many snaps. Can't really put a whole lot into it. How about the defense? Bottom three?
Devondre Campbell was the worst.
That guy. You gotta get D Winters in. That's why I was bummed out that Curtis Robinson was out for the
Yeah,
season.
because he seemed like he was kind
I
of good.
think I think yeah. If we were to bench Campbell, we would bring in Winters and move up Robinson. I would imagine. That's too bad.
And then Malik Collins somehow.
Yeah, exactly. I remember seeing that he's the lowest of
Sick.
all
Yeah,
defense. I guess he has some flash plays, and that's the ones that we like. But I think he recovered a fumble, didn't he, or something?
oh yeah, he
So
did.
yeah, I guess that doesn't go towards the scoring. I don't know the formula. Whatever. Okay, but I think he's doing well. Collins. Looking up. It's looking up.
And then DFF.
But you just added it in there yourself, huh? Okay.
And then for the offense, one more, Ronnie Bell.
He was inactive. You're still gonna give him the lowest PFF while he's on the bench wearing street clothes, huh? Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm just kidding. The Bell hate has to end when we cut him. No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding. All right. Okay, so done with the game. What else? We got injuries, right? I mean, there was some
a
stuff
bunch.
happening. A bunch of injuries. Uh,
Yeah, so Chris Conley, we found out before the game that he has a rib injury
okay.
or oblique. Uh,
Yeah.
and then Jacob Cowing
Uh huh.
had a shoulder injury from a punt return.
Really? Okay.
I'm so mad that Ronnie Bell is getting so lucky. It's crazy. And like Jacob Cowing was also sick. Like he's getting so lucky. He's gonna play again.
No, he's not gonna play.
He's getting
Calvin,
so lucky with injuries and stuff.
all
It's
these
so
injuries
annoying.
are they just updated it like this afternoon, and they said all the injuries were day to day. So
I know
nobody's
it's
gonna.
still
Hopefully, nobody's gonna
annoying.
miss a game. Hopefully, nobody's gonna miss a game. And Pearsall, well, we'll talk about him too.
Yeah. Jordan Elliott, luckily not torn ACL, but he's day to day.
That's good.
Kava Juszczyk, the shoulder injury, and then George Kittle with the rib injury,
That's an
and
old injury. Yeah,
yeah, and then Fred Warner ankle injury.
yeah, that's the scariest one because he didn't come back in. Although he was running off the field and he looked like he was okay, but they didn't put him back in. Maybe I think I read that he said he couldn't play on the ankle. So
Hopefully he's fine. He's like the best player in the defense. I'm confident to say that now.
yeah, yeah. He's day to day too. So let's hope because with Kyler Murray coming to town, we're gonna need a good linebacker that will be able to chase down and use his instincts and get to Kyler Murray if he's scrambling around and stuff. Definitely,
Yeah.
I don't want Campbell out there being in charge of that stuff.
He had D Winters. He's actually fast.
Yeah, D Winters would be good too, for sure.
And then Kalia Davis is gonna practice this week.
Oh wow,
So that's
you
more depth.
yes, more defensive tackle depth. That's great. I don't know how good he is in the
He's
first
so
place.
injury prone too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he hasn't shown much anyway. So even if he comes back, it's like, is he that great? I mean, I don't know. More bodies, the better, I guess. Um, so Pearsall, what was the latest update on Ricky Pearsall? Is he coming back? Because
It's undecided.
they said undecided. Huh? The Niners
Yeah.
they haven't decided what to do. They said that this coming week with the against the Cardinals that this would be the time he could come back, but he has not practiced anything, so they're taking it slow with him. They're not rushing him back because maybe there's no real reason to rush him back.
I mean, it's been a month since that happened.
The gunshot, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm fine. I mean, the offense is humming pretty well without him
Yeah.
right now. So if he needs more time to, get used to the offense and get back into shape a bit and whatever it may be, sure, why not? No need to rush, but I would like to see him out there soon, so he can show what he's got and what we used the first round pick for.
Yeah. Don't want to waste a first round pick.
But the biggest injury, the biggest news of any player about injury is
Christian McCaffrey having Achilles tendon. Oh,
tendonitis. That's
tendonitis.
a little tongue twister.
Tendonitis on both legs. And Niners, well, we didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. Like, what's with the secrets? I mean, I don't understand all this stuff. It was a calf strain first. Then no, it's
Yeah.
an Achilles. No, it's both Achilles. What's the next thing they're gonna tell us? I
Torn
mean,
Achilles.
yeah, he's got two ruptured Achilles and an ACL, and he's out for 2 years. Just tell us what he's got, okay? What's with all the secrets? The Niners should be telling the truth. I don't know. Be nice so the fans are not like shocked about every week about this new happenings with CMC. So he did go to Germany. He supposedly had that plasma um, platelet, rich platelet. I don't know, whatever, something to do with the blood, right? To get it to heal faster, speed that up, accelerate it. And they said Shanahan said they were going to start today on some practice and get him started in practice, but I have not heard any news about CMC being out in practice and testing those Achilles. Have you?
No.
Yeah, I mean we check the
It sounds
news
like it's getting
20
worse.
times a day. It does. And Schefter did say something today. He said the Niners do not know when he will ever be playing this year. So that puts a big question mark. That's a big loss for the Niners. But
Jordan Mason, I know he can step up.
he can step up.
He can
Yes,
get a
he is
thousand
stepping up.
yards before Christian McCaffrey returns.
Oh yeah.
At this point,
He could by game 10. He might have 1,000 yards, right? Yeah,
that'd be a
totally
pretty
could.
nice
If
milestone.
he's averaging over 100 yards, I don't know what he's averaging per game, but it's pretty close. I mean, he's got some pretty good games out there, so he could be averaging more than 100 yards per game.
Yeah, he's averaging 112 yards per game.
12, yeah, since he had what 447 and 4 games. Yeah, well, yeah, it's simple math. Yes, he does average more than 100. So that's great. So by game 10, he should. Um, game 10, not 10, week 10, because there's a bye week there. Um, yeah, that's great. That would be awesome, man. If that guy can run for say 1,400 yards, oh my goodness. I mean, what a conundrum. What do you do? Too many riches. You got CMC gonna come back, and nah, we don't need you.
I mean,
That'd be
and
wild.
and then if like Mason is a better runner than Christian McCaffrey, but worse receiver, that'd be pretty nice like combination.
Yeah, I mean, jeez,
Good change of pace back.
we're lucky in a way, and not so lucky.
I'm like, what if like Mason's actually like better or like sorry, good at both
Yeah,
rushing and receiving? That'd be really good because then the defense would know what the Niners were gonna do are gonna do.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just like with CMC, he can run, he can catch, he can do it all. Jordan Mason is not there yet, but maybe never will be because CMC is like a unicorn. Not many running backs can do what he does, and at the level he does. But Jordan Mason is really close, and he's a great runner, and he's so young. He doesn't have much tread, wear and tear on the tire either. So uh, he's a great up and coming running back. Maybe the most exciting young running back. So yeah,
I know this is a bit biased to me.
he's second. He's second in the NFL. Come on now, got to give him his props. He's come on like gangbusters in the NFL. Well, he
Kenneth
deserves it.
Walker is more exciting.
I don't know. Kenneth Walker is a very good running back.
Jameer
After
Gibbs,
after this
Nation,
Monday night game, we'll see. I don't know what Kenneth Walker is, but he had a pretty good game too, over 100 yards rushing
three
today.
touchdowns.
Yeah, okay. We're not counting touchdowns here. Okay, we're just counting rushing yards. But yeah, um, I mean, if some of those rushing attempts that went for touchdowns or receiving touchdowns he got weren't called back for penalties, for ticky tack penalties, he would have a lot more yardage in both receiving and rushing and touchdowns. So he has so much potential. It's more to be unlocked. That's all I gotta say. All right, all right. Let's just close this out, right, JT?
Yep.
All right. So next podcast will be about the Arizona Cardinals, and we will be there live. Okay, we're not doing the podcast live, but we will be there.
Sorry.
We will be there, catching the game and rooting for our Niners.
Yep. Well, that wraps up for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And goodbye.